On location now for this week's Smith Business Close-Up, joined by Jeff Kudisch, who is Managing Director of the Office of Career Services. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
What are you seeing now as you try to get future graduates hooked up with future employers?
Well, what we're seeing in a good way is an upswing in the market. Though it's moderate, the good news is we're seeing about a 7 to 10% increase in employers that are visiting us, and a little bit deeper in terms of the number of jobs they're bringing to campus.
What are the employers looking for?
So in terms of jobs, we'll start there. Accounting's still very hot. We look at accounting being hot, finance is very popular, they're still looking for marketing, and probably the latest rage is supply chain management, operations and supply chain management.
What are the trends you see beyond that in terms of this mild uptick in employer interest? Do you see that continuing?
I hope so. You know, what we're seeing is again, more people coming out and thinking about building their talent pipelines. So there's more enthusiasm about that. And we're also seeing some that are coming back and thinking about how they can poach great talent from people already at work as well. So we look at, for example, our part-time MBA population. We're seeing more people interested in that.
How do you prepare students, whether they've been in the workforce before or have not, to succeed in this environment?
That's a great question. And I think it starts with understanding what the employers are looking for. And so based on the surveys, national surveys tell us that teamwork is the soft skills. Teamwork, communication skills, persuasion skills are really important. So we're spending more of our time there. Our executives are telling us it's beyond just being smart. It's the ability to read people and understand others, to have passion, to have the courage and conviction to make tough decisions. So that's driving our programming these days.
How does the student present that? I can understand how you would present that in an interview, an interactive situation, but on a piece of paper or an electronic resume, how do you make that stand out?
And that's a little bit, that's tougher. That requires savvy. So for us, we don't want them to say, hey, I'm a great team player. Or
Everybody
great.
says
Everybody
that.
says
Every
that.
resume says that.
And so we're trying to train our students in storytelling, kind of borrowing from the movies, if you would, to tell a story. So to be able to get out there and say, here was the project, I'm under crisis. We had a student talk about, I was off at a conference and a serious accident happened with another fellow student. Here's what we had to do. Through those stories, I can infer teamwork, stress management, leadership. So we're trying to teach them that.
Is any of that applicable to people who are looking for a job but don't have the benefit of being a freshly minted business graduate? So a general job applicant out there, what sort of advice might you have?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we'd say that the social skills are absolutely, the soft stuff is the hard stuff. So it's very important to all those folks. Being able to listen, convey your value proposition, selling yourself, really picking up on what's going on is going to be important for anybody. We're spending a lot of time with improv these days at the Smith School, trying to bring in theater to help people understand those exact concepts.
How does the world of social media mesh with all this? Do you have any advice for your students about cleaning up their Facebook account or setting up a LinkedIn account to make them look more appealing to a potential employer?
That's a great question. And one of the things we talk about is the importance of leveraging social media for being successful in this war for talent. So it starts with, like, as you said, being very careful about what you put on Facebook. We try to encourage our students to play more on LinkedIn, but to build your profile, spend time doing that. Spend time with Twitter, following what other companies are saying on their websites, asking questions, but staying out there, taking the time to read and learn more about social media. Because that's so important for the search.
Very good. Jeff Kudisch, thank you for being with us.
You're welcome.